Well, hello there everyone. Welcome to yet another route learning video here on the channel. My name is Emily Jane. Today we are here at Rugby on the West Coast Mainline South Route by Dovetail Games. Finally it's here, folks. We are in the Class 87 by Armstrong Powerhouse and wagons. So this is a scenario that is included with the thing there. It's train 1 Alpha 97, 1930 Warrington Royal Mail Terminal to Willesden Princess Royal something. Delivery centre, that's the one. Princess Royal Delivery Centre. So, looking at the manual, I am actually going to use this to help myself get ready to drive. I have actually obviously driven it once already, but you know. So there's stuff we can do from the external camera, like the headlights. Add H, there we go. Then we'll hop in the cab and get going from there. So, ensure the master key is turned and in. There we go. Move the AWS change end switch to on by pressing Control and N. Is that a switch down here, I wonder? No, just wondering if there was a camera to look at it like there is in the 50. Okay, move the train brake to full service mode. Headlights set. Okay, so we are now near and ready for departure. Instrument lights can come on. I am going to locate my guide on setting the radio because this has the other kind of radio that I've never actually dealt with, so. A simple representation of the NRN radio is simulated and is operational on pre-GSML liveries. To set the NRN zone, please follow the instructions. Enter the 3-digit code on the numpad. Oh. Or is it? Cool. There you go. That's preset. Got the road. Reverser goes forward. Wow, that is loud, boy. Why can't you guys hear that? Interesting. Does that work yet? No. Or is it just... yeah, that's what it was. Right. I'd say to that level there. There we go, I do apologise for that. Alright, so we'll await the races now. So, brake off. So it's tapping controller, so it's U and A. There goes a pendo. And away we go. So our start speed limit today is, oh crumbs, I've not got my notes up yet. I believe it is 70 miles per hour. Oh, Doe! I completely forgot to get rid of my HUD there. Can you tell it's break 2:30 in the morning? Yeah, it starts 75. So we do have to follow pre-IPS speeds, which is worth bearing in mind, I guess. Basically, we're just going from here all the way down to Willesden Royal Mail Depot, and we're just going to drop the train off on one of the lines there. 70 crossing, noted. So what I'm going to do is put myself into it's not notch up, it's continuous increase basically. There you go. It's run up, that's the one. Just use run up as a way to not, you know, tap up multiple taps at a time, because I'm not really driving precisely, I'm just accelerating rapidly here. Well, as rapidly as this train will allow. So yes, this is the S2006. London is bidding to host the 2012 Olympic Games. That was 10 years ago, by the way. That's 10 years ago at the moment. And on the rear of the train, we have the AP Class 325, an AP Enhanced Class 325, being dragged dead in train. So our maximum permitted speed for the train today is 100. That is due to the fact that that is the maximum permitted speed for a manual read through as we go, because luckily, apart from dealing with power on, I'm going to go full power, wide open. Power wide open, and yeah, 87. So we've really got the trifecta. We've got all the, I guess, mainstream, you know, West Coast AC vehicles now, done to a decent standard. So yeah, let's look at our tech information. So the Class 87 was built by British Rail at Crew Works between 1973 and 1975, with a total of 36 units built. We've got 4 traction motors, with a maximum speed of 110 miles per hour. So just keeping an eye on the numbers there. Yeah, we're good to go. Each vehicle's length is 17.83 metres, width 3.77, so height 3.77, width 2.65, and weight of 80 tonnes. All liveries are provided with weathered variants. Those are designated W1 or W2, W3. W1 being the cleanest, W3 being the dirtiest. So there is a lot of liveries to this. This is a pretty comprehensive livery pack. Are you ready? BR Blue livery with the cross-arm pantograph with no nameplate. GC cross-arm pantograph, GC cross-arm pantograph, and orange can rail with Bracknell Wells pantograph with original TDM jumpers. That was a neutral section that I completely forgot about. We'll run down for now. We've got to wait for that to drop to 0. So yes, so with original TDM jumpers, with rail freight distribution logo, and special liveries for 87001 and 87002. We've got the grey logo, Intercity 1 livery, with which is just the basic black, white, red, cream stripe. You've got Intercity 2, which is slightly different design on the cab, which has got, with original TDM working, and revised TDM jumpers, and revised headlight. So yeah, this thing does have quite a bit. Intercity 3, which looks probably quite close to executive, I guess. But it's a bit sort of scratched up on the front, and that's got all the jumper variations again. Same for Intercity Mainline, same for Intercity Swallow. We've got the Virgin Trains livery, which has got the white stripes. The ex-Virgin Trains livery, which is, so obviously Virgin stuff, this being AP, doesn't have logos on it, unfortunately. Lol, that's a train sim error. Oh well. So what that is, I'll tell you for free. What that is basically just an error that the game pulls every now and again, and it's not actually something DTG have, well, it is something DTG have done, but not on this route, if that makes sense. Then there is the Porterbrook livery with original logos and a grey stripe, and with revised logos at the Network Southeast, with Back the Bid and with the Host City logos, which is what we're driving today. LNWR livery, which is the black, red, and sort of grey, which I think is one of the Hungarian liveries. Cotswold Rail, DRS, GB Rail Freight 1, GB Rail Freight 2, GB Rail Freight 3, Caledonian Sleeper, BR Train Load, with again 2 variants. There's a lot there in terms of liveries and possibilities, which I like, I guess. We'll, yeah, 95. Now, what I'm going to do is go head in. There we go, that should sustain us at about this pace. Cab guide. I'm not seeing anything there that we've not looked at. So the back wall, so the change end lever is there. Will not be clickable from this point of view, but if I was to go to, say, this point of view, that's not clickable. No, that is clickable, that's the isolation handle. My apologies. TPWS, can't hit that to normal. Would TPWS have been common on units in this day? I'm not actually sure. Keyboard controls, anti-slip brake, which all that seems to do is put a slight amount of brake on. I'll show you when we come to slow down. Change end lever, battery isolation, cab light, dead man's pedal. Okay, so if I do, we'll leave that on for now. Why not? Get ourselves quite at least once. Driver guard buzzer. Yep, that works. I don't know if you heard that, but I did. High horns. Conventional. That's a pretty standard AC unit horn, I've got to be honest. Motor factor. You can increase that if you want. Shift. Uh oh. That's running as normal. I just managed to minimise everything except this. Cool. Marker lights. So marker lights are independently bound. So for example, that's also me flickering that. That's quite cool. I presume it's independent physical switches over here. Yeah, there you go. That's wonderfully counterintuitive. I missed the rundown again. Oh well. Just gonna let that drop. Go back up to 80 and then leave it there. We've got notch up. Yeah, notch up down, which is the U button. So hang on, if I just... Yeah, so basically, if I press U, it limits my ability in the notching department. So it'll only let me notch, whereas if I don't hold the U down, that don't happen. Pantographs, P and Shift P, reversal lock is F. Okay, that'll just be like a thing there. I'm not going to touch that because I feel like I may end up in emergency brake application. Rear static brake is control and R. Tail lights okay. Tap changer audio in cab. Everyone needs a bit of tap changer audio. Pendulum coming the way. No pantograph, interestingly. We'll put it into full power for now. Train, obviously brake pins, wipers, that's the pretty standard sort of stuff. Cab variants, okay, so as built, which looks like what we're driving. Oh no, we've got the NRN. Yeah. Okay, so that's so NRN headlight and cab light switches, position swapped and revised to a sunflower. Actually, that is what we've got. Then there's the TPWS variant, which is and then there's a version with OTMR and a version with GSMR, which is quite cool. You've got the appropriate pantographs, which is the GEC or the Bracknell Willis. This is the Bracknell Willis. The GEC is sort of if you imagine a tram pantograph, the best way I can describe it, old trams, like a Tatra T3 tram. Me dropping my obscure tram knowledge there. I'm going to tap us down to about a little over 80%, just like the train hold pace with us there. They've got the original headlight and revised. This is revised headlight. Original TDM jumpers, original multiple working jumpers, original TDM jumpers, revised TDM jumpers, plated original multiple working jumpers. This is the plated original multiple working jumpers. Black buffer beams and buffers, red buffer beam, gold buffers, England flag buffers. We've got just black buffers. White rimmed buffers. You've got the RFID tag on certain units. This one has it there. You can just make it out. So that is basically you go past fixed points and we'll scan to know which train it is, which locomotive is on the train. And actually, yeah, because I know freight wagons have got the RFID tags too. So it's a good way to keep track of where everything actually is. NRN aerials, GSMR, 87101 roof equipment. Tap changes, we've discussed those in the past. Braking, this will be recent with the 86. The 87101, the 36th and final Class 872 built was fitted with a thyristor traction system instead of being the more traditional tap changer. This locomotive is similar to a certain extent with its differing roof equipment, unique BR liveries, and a conventional driving mode. This locomotive had two driving modes, conventional and advanced. Conventional mode used the electronics rack to simulate how a normal 870 would behave, with 38 equal notches of power and a 39th weak field notch. The only real difference, as far as the driver was concerned, after setting off on the notching lever, they did not need to wait for the notch lever to fully notch down before applying power. Yes, I changed that from he to they because that pisses me off. Yes, you heard me right there. Advanced mode involved using a special key. flatly a permanently fitted mode change knob. Oh. Mode change knob. What's that? It's a Voyager. Hello, Voyager. Give him a wave. So, yeah. Turning the knob would remove all the notches from the notching lever except for rundown, and anything beyond rundown was notchless. Moving from off to rundown would shut off power, or anything beyond that your tractive effort demand, just like a Class 90. So basically just driving a 90. Okay. Neutral section does work, outstanding. Adhesion is simulated as standard. Wheel slip is standard. NRN we've discussed. That should change over automatically, not changed over yet. I suspect it'll change by the time we reach. By the time we reach Wembley, GSMR is the pretty standard by the looks of things. GSMR stuff. Buzzers, you can disable the buzzer from the guard, because on certain coaches you would be 3 wide. So, hang on. A simulation of the guard to driver signal has been implemented when you receive 2 beeps from the guard after the doors are closed. You're expected to reply using 2 beeps. So, with 2 beeps using the C key. Please note this will only work using the Locomotive either with a Mark 2D or Mark 3A coach pack. Interesting. For when flag and whistle dispatch is used instead, this feature can be disabled by adding G1, and that'll basically mean that we don't get a buzz, but we just give 2 high tone, which is our acknowledgement, and then we move away. Any train driver will tell you that especially over locomotives, so it's variable power. So that's cool. So there's a power factor, which basically means that, like, for example, driving this now, yeah, like I say, I might need a little bit different of power to keep us going at this pace, which is quite cool. Traction motor volume, that's the same as normal. I press Shift M and Control M to basically increase or decrease your volume. So that's one. You can hear the difference there. Pendulum, right, traction motor isolation, arcing pantograph. Special attention has been given to studying the arcing of the pantograph between the overhead wire for 1 hour after sunrise to 1 hour after sunset on a dry day. There's only light arcing for 1 hour. Moderate arcing. Okay. So moderate arcing any time of day during rain, and the winter at night is absolutely horrendous. Right. So you got a little bit of arcing there. It's quite cool. Cold start is doable, which is good. Bits and bobs. I'm going to put that back to Dead Man's mode because otherwise I am going to get caught out. Bits and bobs. So, this section is dedicated to aspects of this pack that did not warrant a dedicated section, but are still of note. So, a comprehensive selection of nameplates, which to AP's knowledge cover all nameplates ever carried by the fleet. Nice. 1 second delay on the AWS, which is pretty standard fare with AP now, has been since pretty much the first EP, and all their locals I think do it too. The headlight only provides illumination for sunrise and after sunset. I'm not sure how I feel about that still, because lighting in TS is fickle, and I think there's a way to do it where, for example, at the moment it's not, the sun hasn't set yet. It's the Northampton loop, by the way, joining from the left, which means we're approaching Bletchley, and you'll see the turn off for Wolverton just ahead. But the like for example, like this, where we're driving in a cutting, and we're in a shadow, or like that shadow would be, cleared because we're shining light on it, kind of thing. And I think that's a letdown to me. That there isn't a way to do that in TS, where you can illuminate shadows and not illuminate everything, if that makes sense. It's a bit of a weird one to explain. Okay, so so the headlight only provides illumination. Yeah, we've discussed that. Making the tap changer audible within the cab by pressing Control T. As per reality, this speedometer needle wobbles when providing a reading. Well, yeah, ever so slightly. I like that. As instrument lights illuminate and extinguish gradually and not instantly. Yep, I like that. I've not noticed that one before. Variable speed windscreen wipers. The second loco notch option operates when working multiple with a class 86 or 87. So that is notch indicator second loco. So that'll be that there. And I missed. Ooh, new measuring tray. Didn't see that last time I did this scenario. So I'm just gonna run down now for that. Get that off, and then get going again. We've then got variable speed windscreen wipers. Sorry, on pre-1988 liveries, the headlight only illuminates when the reverse is away from neutral. The visible driver automatically moves to whichever cab you're in, or is leaving on an AI train. 86 versus 87. What I'll do is I'm going to get us back on the move again, and then we'll have a look at that. So I'm just going to run us up into full power, and we'll read this. So, as a quick aside, how does the 86 vary to the similar class 86-2? Maximum speed of 110 versus 100 on the 86-2. Extra weak field notch to assist in reaching that 110. Power brake switch on the train brake handle, which means that as soon as you move the train brakes away from running, traction power is cut, and approximately 500 amps of rear static brake is applied. Once the tap changer has completely notched down, normal rear static braking performance will resume. Cool. I'll leave it in that position now. Hydraulic parking brake instead of the manual brake on the 86-2. Traction motor overload set at 1840 amps as opposed to 1585 on the 86-2. And a different horn. Same with the driver's cab. We've talked about driving guide. I've not over-notched it, but basically if you overdo the power, we'll do it probably. Yeah, I'll try and demonstrate it as we arrive into Willesden. So nameplate's pretty cool. I'm going to do a proper so I've been working on a West Coast Main and over Shat Pack for Train Simulator and as scenarios for about the last couple of years now. And every time we get close to a release, something like this happens, and I feel compelled to include it. So I'll need to make some scenarios for it. Probably just some empty sleeper stock. Of course, these did work. The Caledonian Sleeper empties. They don't usually drag them from place to place, but they have been seen on them, like in stations and stuff. So anyway, apart from that, hope you guys are doing fabulously. Today's been a crazy day for me. So it started about 24 hours ago when I was trying to go to sleep originally, and I heard a scratching noise behind my wall. So I live in a part of town which is quite famous for having a bad rat problem, and yeah, I think there's a rat in the house. I've advised the landlord to deal with it, so whatever they choose to do, we'll find out. But like, it was literally just like a, hang on, I need a paper somewhere. Nothing. Like a, no, sort of thing behind the wall. And I just was like, I honestly was pretty much on the verge of an anxiety attack, so just had no hope of sleeping. Right, we're gonna get checked down here. So I think I'm running earlier than I was last time. So I'm gonna go into rundown notch. Hello 321. No, actually, we're probably running a little later. So this is Wolverton here. Fun little fact for you. So to get to Wolverton, that's the works line down there. So you go down that cutting, and then you've got this little siding here, which is a reversing siding, and you reverse down into Wolverton. Now Wolverton itself, much 2 ambers, so I'll leave. What I'm gonna do is put 60% on, and if I set a single amber aspect, we'll go hard brake. But Wolverton is what is quite a famous. Well, I say famous. Like you'll see quite a few trains go there for refurbishment, like the Transpennine 350s when they went over to London Midland. They went, or LNWR as they now are. I'm not sure if it was in Midland days they went over, but they went to Wolverton for their refurbishment. So you know, and it's also where the Royal Mail, not the Royal Mail, the Royal Train lives. So notch down, and we'll go piling the brake on because we've not got long to a potential red aspect. Yeah, I can see it at the end of the station there. So we'll full service it in. Ooh, you can hear the click in the background here. There you go, single amber aspect. So, brake off. I'm going to coast at 50. Since we are, you know, pretty high performance freight trains, so I'd say coast at 50 for now. Oops, I'm going to turn my marker off there. So that's Bletchley Station that we've just been piling on the brakes going through. Okay, I can see we've got a red aspect at red ahead. So I'm not on the power at all. I'm nice. I'm in. I can put it into neutral just to, also into notch hold because we're notch 0. So notch hold will be absolutely fine to get us on the move again. Yeah, we've got a sighting on the signal now, so put a bit more brake on, just bring us to a stand. The first rule, as you guys will know, is as soon as you come to a stand, there you go, signal's cleared. I'm just going to run up and just see what I can make it do. Actually, if I could get us up to 80%, there we go. That'll hold me at the speed I want to be at. To give you an idea from Bletchley, still got about 42 miles to run. So yeah, this is about a 75-mile drive. It's quite a long run comparatively for a route learner, but it's just an incredibly simple drive to do this. So there's always that in its favour. So the work on this was done by Wagons, was the modelling. Nicholas Schichen for the scripting, John Dean for scenarios, James Mather for a reference material and in-depth knowledge, and David Grief and Les Ross for special assistance in recording the sounds. Les Ross, of course, I believe actually owns a Class 86. Yeah, 86 259. It's like I think it's done. Is it 100? It'll be I think 1 million miles. No, not be a million. Probably 100,000 miles it's done in preservation now. They did a celebration, so it wasn't 1,000 miles. It's like a big number though. Probably 100,000. So yeah, that's Bletchley sidings there. So no, this will be Bletchley here. So fun fact, the line over behind us, I'm just going to point it out on the thingy map. That line goes towards Bedford. And that is the Marston Vale. That's the one. You know what? I'm proud of myself for remembering that. I did good there. Did good for remembering that one. But yeah, like I said, the 87, probably not one of those locos I'm going to massively spend a load of time on, if that makes sense. Just because it's not really, you know, Like, it's not really my wheelhouse as far as locos go. But to be honest, I tend to move around the country in terms of the videos I make. Like, I've got a couple of West Coast things on the way, actually. So the video that was supposed to come out today, which is now going to come out at the end of the month, because lol, it's going to come out on the 29th, is Carstairs to Edinburgh. Then it's going to have Leeds to Morecambe, which is Carnforth to Morecambe, and suburban Glasgow, which is all sort of West Coasty stuff, really. So I need to do some stuff East Coast, but it's just I've had a couple of bits, and like I've had the drive to do West Coast, you know. It's the best I can describe it, the drive to do West Coast. Could have done the pretend to lean outside, but for that, but oh well. And then I've got all the truck and bus videos coming too. That's something that you guys will find out about next weekend. So what I'm trying to do is do variety gaming slots on the weekend. So basically, if I can like do something a bit different but also quite similar, so stuff like doing, I'm just going to knock that back at hair. There we go. Doing stuff like American Truck Sim, Fernbus. It's still sort of simulation games, but that's gone way too far back now. I do apologise for that. Still sort of simulation games, but it's not as it's just different and gives me a chance to do my own thing, for a while. So yeah, I've got green light. We're running under 95. I've got I've posted today 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos have now been uploaded to YouTube today. Well, I'm uploading the 5th as we speak, but same difference. No, it's actually 6th going to be uploading. Lol. Just shows, like, there you go. I'll probably be about the notch power we need to be in to stay at 100. But yeah, so now that we've reached the part of the video that no one's actually going to watch and we're alone, I can talk about something that happened to me this week. So on Tuesday, I was meant to be going down to a meeting with a senior manager in the company, and no, sorry, it was Wednesday. And was it Wednesday or was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. The overhead line came down basically at where was it? Hitchin, that's the one. And basically there's and it's still not fixed as far as I can tell. Bear in mind it's now the following Monday. But what happened was, like I say, I was meant to go at the meeting. I arrived at the station and saw my train that I was supposed to go down to an undisclosed location on, and saw like it's got like this train is next calling at this station, and then the time, and promptly realised that it was supposed to be at the next station an hour ago, and thought that can't be right. Went and had a word with the crew, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, nothing going south." I was like, "Oh god." So ended up helping out on the station, which I honestly didn't realise how much I missed that. I missed that a lot. I can't put it into words, but it was just a really special feeling to be able to effectively do my own thing. Well, not really do my own thing, but be able to help customers, get where they're going, sort of thing. And just be doing that face to face on the station with them. That was great fun. Like the station staff were all stressed, tearing their hair out, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is great. This is great fun." They're like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Mate, I work in the contact centre. This is a great day at the office for me." Oh. Run down. Yeah, I saw the magnet, so I just dumped it off as we passed. But yeah, this 92 is really cool. VGAs, or the vans, and then the silver bullets and 2 container flats, mixed freight. That's just something you just don't see anymore at all, really. a shame, I think. That's just not sure. We'll get back up to 80% and just keep rolling. But yeah, that was honestly great fun. I really enjoyed just being able to get out there and help out, you know. And it made me realise how much I need to get myself back into that environment. Because that was honestly great fun. I managed to, you know, help people get where they're going. Like, I knew what, you know, I guess, and, you know, and then on the way home, my train didn't have a guard. So I ended up, well, I didn't do anything safety critical, but at the same time, I was aware that, you know, hey, you know, this train's now going to be sort of 40, 50 light. I just want to make sure, you know, there's no welfare concerns. So I spoke to the crew, they agreed it, and I you know, made my way up and down the train, found someone who was a little bit stressed out, spoke to them, saw what I could do, and then, you know, sort of gave them sort of gentle reassurance, and passed it on to the guard when they did join, because they were taking it all the way to the train's destination, which just was really nice. And like, I just felt like I actually, you know, I don't mean this in a condescending way at all, but like, I feel like I helped, you know. I feel like I was a net contribution to the situation, and that was really nice. And, you know, I had people in the station like looking at me like I was a complete lunatic for doing this unpaid, but I loved it. Like, I seriously just, like, I was in my element. I was helping people, you know, helping people out, making sure everyone was was good and safe. And yeah, it was just pretty special, you know. Mind you, I got home that night and I collapsed into bed, which was great. Of course, we've had a round of industrial action this weekend, which is going to have caused utter fucking carnage. But yeah, it's one of those things that, like, the railway has, you know, in broad terms recovered. So but no, like I say, it reminded me like how much I need to get back into that environment, because it was just, like I say, I was absolutely loving life and felt like I could actually do stuff to help, you know. Like, there's times you can't in my current job, and that really sucks. That's not the best sunrise I like, but probably more of a glare shield. Give the pendulums a wave as we go past. So, to give you an idea on the map where we are here, broadly in this section. We started off broadly here. Well, that's Rugby Station. Pardon my burps. We're now here. That's Watford. That there is this here is the complex of Wembley. Quite frankly, I'm going to call it the complex of Wembley. Not even sure what station that was. We just went through. Let's have a look. Tring. What the phone does. What the phone does? It rings. Sorry. What Irish phones do. Tring. Sorry. That was really bad as a joke. I do apologise for that profusely. Yeah. I just realised I've still got the Luma Wi-Fi password saved in my iCloud notes. Should see if it still works on my phone next time I stand next to a Luma train. But, you know, like I say, it was good fun. I honestly thoroughly enjoyed like getting out there and helping the customers get where they're going, and that was really important to me. One of the dusty bins. You know, the first time I ran this scenario, it felt really empty because I didn't actually have the 321s installed, and I've just installed them, and it feels really full now. Oh, well, not really full, but like it's realistically full, I should say. It's like, you know, it's 8 o'clock at night. It's 9 o'clock at night, gone, so it's going to be a bit dead, but at the same time, yeah. To be honest, this weekend's been really nice. I mean, I made the mistake of falling asleep about 4 o'clock, waking up at about 11, which means I'm now just completely and utterly dead. And I'm going to be at work in break. Well, I'm going to be getting ready for work in 3 hours, so I'm not going to bed tonight. I've slept 7 hours. All I need to do is just reset my sleep cycle back to about 9 o'clock, because I'm on an early start tomorrow anyway. Or today. Fuck. Sorry, that's just, yeah. Let's check my schedule. Has he changed it? He shouldn't have. When I say the reason he shouldn't have is I finished work at 10 o'clock on Friday night, and the scheduling guy finished at 5, and he doesn't start till 9 this morning now. I'm on live chat today. Yay. That'll be great fun. Okay, so I'm going to go straight into notch off, straight into run down, and I'm going to go hard on the brakes because that is a flashing indication for a 60 line change. So we'll just run the throttle down. There you go, there is a rear static brake kick in now. But actually I'm going to just kick it fully off. Interesting, so you can't actually... There you go, flashing singles. Get it, flashing singles. Everyone likes a flashing single. Only when it's consensual though. Just notice the floor in here is wood. Never noticed that before. That's the buzzer down there, cool. You can see like this is stuff that's been bolted on afterwards because obviously they've built the loco and gone, oh crap, we need it to do these things. How do we make it do that? Ah. Yeah, there's an amber with a feather. We've got a so crossing over at the slow lines now. Got the neutral section. Actually, that's a really good point. Why did I try and notch up in a neutral section? We'll go up to about we'll go up to about 30-40% power, sorry. There we go, 22-23%. That'll do me perfecto. Yeah, this weekend, like I say, I'm finished in a really positive mood, which I don't normally like. I'm normally like, oh god, it's work tomorrow, please kill me. But yeah, I think like, last week at work was stressful because we had all the disruption, the industrial action, and it's like for me, I don't want to sound too much like a cliche here, but I do care too much. I know I do. You know, I generally do get upset if I can't help someone, you know, the way I know, you know, I can't do... I get upset if I can't do right by someone. That's the line I give, you know. And, yeah, like I say, that's the ultimate thing there is, you know, at the end of the day, you want to get people where they're going, but you just, sometimes you can't do that, and that makes me sad when that happens. Yeah. So on the slow lines we are up to 90. So in theory we do go through posted 100s, but you're going to struggle to make it up to that. Hempstead? Hempstead? I am going to probably do like a high-speed run north on this route. A high-speed run. Pendolino, but you know. Maybe a class 805 if that gets made for the game. No, I've actually driven that far too much. The Pendo would be a good show. I'm going to go to about 60% power. Well, 75% will go. There you go. So, overall, what are my thoughts on the Locomotive? Honestly, it's a lot of fun to drive. It feels very different to, you know, some of the other ones that I've driven so far. Hi, by the way. It feels very, very different to other stuff that I've driven in the same, which is good. You know, ultimately that's what we pay for, right? You know, you want a different experience, and the visuals here are really good. I wasn't initially set by this, because at this range it looks a bit weird, but actually, overall, I think it feels really nice and real. You know, am I finding, basically, the question I always answer to myself is this immersive to me? Yes, it is. Very immersive, thank you. Which is why, you know, yeah. You can see it's showing a map now. This is Watford, which has got 2 tunnels beforehand. Got a Felixstowe North to Coatbridge Freightliners coming towards us. That'll probably not, well, that won't arrive till tomorrow morning at this point. Probably get looped into somewhere like Carlisle overnight. Maybe not Carlisle, maybe even Crewe. So it'll take it up to about 1 in the morning to get there. It'll leave Crewe about 4 AM and be in Coatbridge for about 6 or 7. Well, 7 or 8. But I can also see the kink in the platform, which we need to be at 75 for. It's the post, it won't notice. If I stand on the brakes a little. There you go. Power on. Tick. But the 90 is only allowing us up to 75. Would help had I paid attention to that, wouldn't it? .75 entering the tunnel. Well, once we've cleared that, but yeah, 75. Obviously passing that because there's a 75 as we exit the tunnel, which is upsetting. But put the power back on. Yeah, honestly, I've had a good time this weekend. You know, I've got a lot of stuff done that I've wanted to get done. And like I say, I feel like I've done good, and I've got the endorphins going. So yeah, endorphins make me happy. I like endorphins. Home. England beat Germany in record-breaking final to win Euro 2020. There's a great meme on that. Keir Starmer tweeting, or Keir Starmer's Twitter account saying, you know, supporting the Lionesses, which is the British female football team, and you know, wishing the best of luck. And someone responded to the tweet with, "Good, you finally found some strikers you can support." And I was like, oh. Oh no, he didn't. Yeah, Now I've got to run it down, don't I? Which is fine. But yeah, that made me laugh. That made me laugh a lot. 75. And this is Watford. Watford Junction. And that is the St Albans Abbey line over there on the left. And that is the one of the trains for the Watford DC line. There's the 90 post passing, so I'm going to go full power. So it's, and it is, in my notes it says 80 after Watford, so I'm going to go up to 80. So yes, like I say, overall I do recommend this train. This locomotive. It's a really comprehensive pack. It's a good price overall. £24.99, I believe it was. Was it? Already forgotten. Well done me. It was indeed £24.99. So it's on the high end for an AP product, but honestly, I think it's justified. It's one of those fudge. It's one of those that was actually justified in my opinion. There's a 321 accelerating it at its highest potential. There's our 90 post, so I'm going to wait for my run down to complete and then I'll run up. I do find it far too easy to go into notch down, so into off, sorry, instead of run down. And I don't know if you solve that by writing the code in a way that you have to hold it in run down for a split second, like, you know what I mean, you get a reaction time there before it moves it automatically. I don't know, you know, you just slow the whole thing down where it's like clunk, clunk. I didn't see, that is far too easy. That is far too easy. I am definitely going to have a go at driving 87101 for fun in a video soon, hopefully. Like I say, I'll find somewhere to run it. That'd be nice, but yeah. I think it's one of the rail tour coach sets now, sorry. There we go. I think I'm just gonna be happy that I'm on my way at this point, not trying to accelerate further. Like I say, I can do the vigilance mode now. We're notching back down now because this is I'm in notch hold. Why are you still notching? So yeah, I think just to show you, we are, like I say, we're approaching. So Wembley's not till there, so. No, actually, I'm gonna. Yeah, we're obviously running against an aspect here, so I'm just gonna actually stay at this speed. We do have to be cautious because we're more than likely following a passenger train. You know, stopping passenger, that'll probably end up stopping at Wembley. So we just need to, you know, bear it in mind when we're driving, and just coast for now. I'm gonna put that back to dead man's mode just so I can not have to think about that for a moment. But yeah, we'll just coast for now, unless we get to clearer signals, and go from there. Like I say, overall though, you know, the stuff I generally look for, the visual quality, it's there. Like I say, I wasn't struck initially in the screenshots I saw posted. The instruments to me just looked a bit too cartoonish, for lack of a better term. But actually, You know, I do quite like it now, and I do support it. Yeah. I'm going to go down to 40, I think. I can see a single amber, so... presuming that sounds, at least. Yeah, it's timeless, so... like I say, though, you know, it's a single, right? Yeah, it's a single, so we'll just stay at 40 for now. Can't go too fast through here. This... just coasting in. Oh, come on, Emily. You idiot. So yeah, this is Harrow and Wealdstone, which is obviously where the Bakerloo finishes. This is the Bakerloo turnbacks, which are surprisingly undetailed, considering the fact that they then went and shoved this in, or this had already been shoved, sorry, in a TSW route. I'm surprised they didn't use like part of the track for it or something, or the scenery assets. But any hoozle, like I was saying, the artwork, so what you look at, I think is good and is there and is positive. You know, I've got nothing against it. I can't really criticise it too much. Functionality, yeah, that's really good actually. Really good that we have a functioning version of the actual NRN now, not the one that you normally get. Like this, I think this is like an older version of it, which is good. TPWS, not clickable, but we've got 2 ambers, so I'm actually going to put the power back on now. And we'll just stick a little in. There we go. Just keep her going. Keep her going. Maybe 50% power. So we've got the neutral section warning coming up. So what I'm going to do is give it a couple of beats to get us to a little closer to 50 before I put us back into rundown for that. But it looks like a lot like a single. So let's wait until we come off this curve and then decide. Yeah, that's a single. So back into rundown we go. I'm just driving really defensively. You know, the brake performance on this thing will be good. You know, it's a loco towing multiple unit that has very good braking performance generally, in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, my review. I will get through this. So, functionality, it's there. You've got the NRN. You've got you can isolate traction motors and all kinds, which is really cool. And open cab doors. Like I say, I think it's there. You know, let's do that. You know, it's there. I generally don't see what the complaint is with what would be with this, you know. Now, negatives. To be honest, I've not found any yet. Now, I'm not an expert on these. You know, there are guys who will know a lot more about these than I. I've forgotten a lot more about these than I've ever known, right? But overall, this seems to be a pretty good loco. You know, and there's nothing obviously wrong with it, which is good. Sounds the part, looks the part, performs pretty decently. You know, there's a lot of potential in it. That's one of my other things. It's less about standard. That is more about the choice to develop it. But actually, the 87, there's a decent amount there. Two amber. So I'm going to go up to about 60, 65 maybe. 2 amber means that is clear of Wembley Station. You're just north of Wembley. The rail cam for Wembley is one of these houses here, I think. Okay, we're going to get a pop-up here, which I'm going to ignore because I know what it means. And then I'm just going to go into run down and leave it there, because that's all the speed we need now. So this is Wembley Depot and Wembley Yard on the left-hand side there. It's where a lot of the passenger trains start and end their days. You can see we've got some freight vans, 92, with some silver bullets. Some more freight vans and a Pendo. So there is our warning there. So really, it's just after that we need to be at 15 for. So I'm going to basically pile on the brakes and get us slowed down. It's not this one, it's the next one. But you can see there's a load of 67s parked up here. 90. So, you know, these will be the post trains. There you go. Slightly quicker than I'd like to be for this moment. So in really simple terms, I'm just going to use this as a chance to demonstrate. I'm going to pull us to 10, and then there you go. And I'm just going to put it into run up now. So we'll just quickly demonstrate the reset process. So you can see we're running up, running up, running up. I'm going to speed. I'm really sorry. We'll ignore the speed, but then okay, nah, I'm going way too fast. I was trying to demonstrate something there, less for route loading purposes, more for this is how this train works purposes. But nah, not doable. So there's some there's some containers that are waiting to go somewhere. And that is our red signal there in the distance. So when we draw up to that, that is going to be the end of our journey. Like I say, if you can afford $24.99 for a loco, go for it. You know, it is on the higher end, I agree, but also still a really good little, yeah, really good little thing to do there. So that fly under, that'll be to go over to the West London line. That's cool. So we'll hit the buzzer here. Maybe not. Not for us yet. So yeah, you got some 325 waiting to go in there to be dealt with. So just going to drop to this signal and come to a stand. We are going to be held here. I'm just going to prepare the train to be left for a moment, basically. So we'll bring ourselves. I'm just going to check we are within the box. Yes, we are. Good. I couldn't remember if it was a stupid big one. So, and then we'll. There you go. Brakes now off. Reverse it to neutral. Control N. There you go. And we'll leave the headlights illuminated. But that is us done for the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video if you did. Subscribe to see more from me on a semi-regular basis. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.